What up, everybody? This is DGK. This is Lost Centuria. Today, we're going to go over spells and a little bit into the placement of those spells on and how you use them or what you will use them for. So, in order to find your spells, we're going to go in here to the Monster tab. We're going to hop down to spells. Okay, so as you can see, we can level them up exactly like normal monsters. You just need the same type of shards. Like this one here, you just need the 50. You can upgrade them just like your anything else. And when you increase these, certain ones like this one has a timer on it. So the beneficial effect blocked, which in this case will be any type of attack up, any type of healing that will be blocked. And then it will also grant attack down 3, glancing hit up 3 if the target's attack is higher than defense, and grant defense down 3 and branding 3 if the defense is higher than the attack. So in this case, it'll capture the weakness, everything after the beneficial effect blocked for 9.66 seconds. It'll capture the effect block for 9 seconds. So the higher you level this one up, the longer it's going to stay on there. I fought somebody the other day, I had it on there for 20 seconds. They probably put a lot into upgrading that spell. Okay, so let's just start at the top here with some of my favorite ones. This here is going to be a vitality conversion. Essentially, it's just going to switch hit power of your lowest monster with their highest. You got to make sure that you do it before their monster dies, or it's just going to be an empty spell and you will lose it. Chain lightning, that will... I'm not quite sure why this is a little confusing to me, but chain throws chain lightning on the forefront enemy to inflict damage and grant stun and attack down 3, which seems awesome, but if they're stunned, they can't really attack anyways. But I like the stun on this as a counter to them doing something, and not only will it hit the forefront enemy, but it will also hit the enemy of the same attribute. So if it's a fire that you hit up front, it's going to hit all the fire ones. I've almost done a whole board of people when I've shot that out before. Alright, Brand of Doomsday. This one is great for this purpose. Grants Brand of Doomsday and defense down 3 on the enemy with the highest attack power. Brand of Doomsday here is inflicts damage to all allies and grants branding 1 upon death. So basically, when you put this on them, it is not just going to inflict it on the first monster. It's going to inflict it on all of them. And it transfers if you beat them. It keeps going for 9 seconds here. And like I said, you can level those up. Weakness found, we went over. This here, Divine Protection grants invisibility and immunity on all allies. The immunity lasts for 8 seconds. The invincible lasts for 4.25 seconds. You keep leveling this up. I only got it at 8. I'm not sure what the highest you can get this on, but this can be a very, very good spell. Invincibility blocks all damage. Immunity, you can't put up any type of debuffs on them. Spoil here, this inflicts damage on all enemies and grants 2 continuous damage effects on each. So it basically casts a poison onto everything on the other on your enemy's side of the board. It gives them 2 poisons for 12 seconds. This one at level 8. This is brand new. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Imperfect Revival. It revives a character that you had die. So that is an awesome spell. That's great because there's not a lot of revive in this game, and if you can bring something back, it can be a game changer. This here I love. Spread damage. Grants damage spread and defense down on the forefront enemy. So that damage spread basically targets in the same line will also receive part of the damage when receiving damage. So if you have a really heavy hitter and you can throw this spell up on the front monster that you're going against, it will hit everything in that line. If he's the only one left in that line, you might want to save that spell. This here, transfer. You are going to see a lot of bombs being put up, a lot of poisons, a lot of debuffs. And once you have a ton of them, you can just throw them all right back on the other side of the board to them. Especially good if they have bombs on you, poisons on you, and you're going to die. You just throw them right all back at them. That is a great one to have. I'll just be honest, in leveling this one up, I don't see a lot of value in it too much because you're just increasing the damage by a minimal amount when you do. At that point, you're not really getting anything else out of it when it gets any higher than where I have it. Alright, here, this Reflection Shield creates the Reflection Shield on the forefront ally to save up the incoming damage. Returns the received damage to the forefront enemy after the Reflection shield disappears. So if you can keep that up, it will return all the damage. So you do want to have this super high. Right now it's at 2,585 damage if I upgrade it. I only have 7,000 blue gems left, so I don't want to do that right now. Here we have Synergy. This grants attack up on all your allies and unrecoverable, which means they cannot recover hit power on all the enemies. If there are less allies than enemies, additionally grants continuous recover on all your monsters and attack down 2 on all the enemies. So this is a super cool spell. I've been trying to level up. You can keep this up right now at level 7 for 12 seconds. So that's a big one there. Flame Strike basically just throws stuns on all the opponents on the other side. This one here, we have Reckless Devotion. Grants attack up 3, immunity, and mana cost down 1 on all the frontline enemies only. And then grants beneficial effect block and defense down 1 when the duration ends. So you can see the times that this is at. You know, as I say, you can upgrade this. These times will go way up. Okay. Chain of Despair. So basically, the Chain of Despair and Stun, it casts both of them on the forefront enemy. If they're defeated, it transfers the next one. So the Chain of Despair is that you cannot use basic attacks and active skills when the Chain of Despair is on there. Basically, it locks up your enemy or your monster. The effect will be transferred if you die. So this one can suck to get it on it. Right now, the stun lasts for 11.5 seconds. I don't think it says how long the Chain of Despair lasts for. I've never really thought about that. But you can get these numbers way up here. This Chill Tornado, this is basically just it slows down the enemy monster. If they already had a slowdown on them from somebody like Poseidon or something, then this will also freeze them for, as you can see, a set period of time here. This is a cool spell. Damage conversion grants damage conversion on the forefront allies. So basically, instead of taking damage, they recover hit power. So if you were down to like your last 2 or 3 and you were about to die and they all have very little hit power left and you see this incoming attack coming, they are coming right at you and you can throw this up as a counter. Not only will they not do any damage, they're going to heal your monsters for a ton from all that attack damage. I thought I had a match wrapped up and I came with my Rakan and all 3 of them were dead. He threw this up as a counter, and I almost fully healed the hit power of all their back 3 that they had left, and I lost. That's a nice little cool spell. All right, Giant Warrior. Giant Warrior on the ally with the highest attack power. So basically what that does is just increase the attack power greatly. I love how they say that, greatly. What that means, I'm not really sure. Comes immune to harmful effects, and the mana cost goes down and the hit power is continuously decreased as well. So from what I read in this, and I don't use this, this just gives a super attack bonus. It makes them immune to like poisons or debuffs, and their mana cost go down, but it sucks out their hit power at the same time. I guess it's just a last shot throw up. I do not use it. I don't see a lot of value in it. I've never had an issue coming across anybody who did use it. Soul Cleanse. This is used a lot. So instead of transferring, if we don't have a transfer or we just need some type of debuff off of our characters, this will recover the hit power of all allies and remove all the harmful effects and gain 1 mana for each harmful effect removed. This spell can gain up to 3 mana, and that'll shoot that right back to your bar meter on the bottom, and you will be able to use your monsters faster. I haven't really upgraded this one yet, and I should. This is a great one to have, but I've chosen my 3 that I believe synergize with my team the best. This one I am starting to see a lot of lately. Blood Curtain. Consumes 20% of current hit power to all ally monsters to grant a shield that's proportionate to the max HP. So basically it gives you one big-ass shield, and this is your percentage of the shield. This is how long the shield lasts. And this goes on all your monsters. So if you're out there, there's a big attack coming, you can throw this up as a counter. This will shield you from it, but it is going to consume some of your hit power, but it may save your life in the end of this. So when you are in a battle, you can pick 3 of these spells to use at each time. Generally, you're not going to want to pick this one stuns. This one stuns. You pick 3 stuns. It's not really doing you very much good. You want to use them to work with the team that you have. If you have something that puts up a lot of debuffs, this weakness found is going to be awesome for you because they won't be able to take them off. as easily. If you have a team that, let's say, you have a very fast team that's a lot of heavy hitters, but they don't have a lot of HP. This Divine Protection here might be a great one for you because it's going to block some damage and debuffs for you if there's that critical one that he just gets to throw out before you got to kill it. That would be a great one. So you want to synergize these. This is the only one that I can just rave about that it doesn't matter. Put it in your team. If you have it, use it. It's a revive, and there are not revives in this game. There is one. So pretty much pick out the ones that are going to work best with your team. I'll show you guys right now. In my formation, almost all of them, I will use these three. The Vitality Conversion, because I'll have a monster that's almost dead. He'll have one in the back line, full hit power. We can just switch that right out with them. This Transfer, just because everybody is using debuffs. So I'm just going to throw them right back at him, and my Revive there. So be careful when you put out your spells, because they can make or break a match for you, and just synergize with your team. That's all I can say, guys, and just enjoy the game. And thanks for watching. Sub if you like.